Today, the we currently live in the state of Missouri, and I've lived here my whole life. He's from Michigan, but the governor Parsons, Mike Parsons, the state of Missouri, this beautiful state, he has laid out his plan to reopen the state. So I'm really excited about that. We can start going to
I
restaurants again,
tell me
and
about this. I haven't heard anything on it yet.
you haven't heard nothing on it.
No,
Well, he's apparently on May 4th.
I heard it was May 15th.
Well, it's from what I saw just recently on the news. It was May 4th that they were going to slowly um, open the country back up. So, or not the country, the state of Missouri would be open back up gradually. So they're not going to do it like all at once. But I think that's probably going to be the approach of most states. Is they're going to gradually do it. They're not going to just be like, boom, you're open, but maybe they will. So, but that's what Mike Parsons said.
You're free.
Yeah. So he laid out a plan um, to open it up. He's gonna do it slowly. It'll begin on May 4th and extend through Sunday, May 31st. So I think through that time period, um, that's when they're gonna start open things up. I don't. I didn't get to watch it all. Um, I don't know when restaurants and like movie theaters um, would fall into that. I don't think schools. It wouldn't make sense at this point to just open schools back up again.
For a month.
Are they going to open them up?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for a month.
Oh, right, right. Yeah. So I would assume schools are definitely going to be closed. And it's kind of unfortunate for us because our son's in preschool. So he really, he goes to a private Christian school. And unfortunately, we still have to pay the full price, even though he's here, and we have to like monitor him and um, set aside part of our day just to make sure he's doing his classes online. Which I mean, it's preschool; you're not doing much, so we're paying the full price for that. Which whatever, I can complain about it, but everybody in the world's inconvenienced right now. So in one way or another, so. Uh, but yeah, so he has to finish out the rest of the school year just watching videos, stuff that my opinion, I could just put a YouTube video on for free, you know, counting and whatnot. So, but that's all right. So it looks like, yeah, the schools are going to be held off for this year. Um, and so this is phase one of they're calling it the Show Me Strong Recovery Plan, and it will begin May 4th, like I said, and extend through Sunday, May 31st. And let's see here. So there's a plan to intended. A plan is intended to protect those most at risk of exposure to the coronavirus while returning Missouri to a normal to normal. So, um, during the first phase of the plan, citizens may begin returning to economic and social activities, but must remain social distancing. Okay, so they're going to be doing like when all this started, they're doing the social distancing and then committed to the full quarantine. So they're going to be doing the remain social distancing requirements, including staying 6 feet away from people in most cases. There are currently no limitations on social gatherings. No limitations on social gatherings as long as necessary.
Hey, are they going to remove the one-way signs on the aisles at the grocery stores?
Oh, all that ridiculous stuff that just does not work. Oh, do you got that picture? Oh, uh, Charlie sent it to me. I gotta. Did you say? Oh, here it is. Okay, so Charlie, we told you that he works in the grocery business, and he goes and stocks shelves and checks products and makes sure they're selling and need to be uh, adjusted or whatnot. So here is one of the stores he went to, which made it on the news, right?
Yes, they made the news.
Look at this. You may not see it, but I'll when I'm editing, I may just put a screenshot of it so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
So
What they
that's
did is they took
the
out
plastic.
So figure you're standing in checkout lane. Both sides of the checkout lane you're standing in are covered in plastic. He hung plastic from the ceiling down, however long it went, and then you got probably about 2 foot distance at the end of the, not even that, at the end of the beginning of the checkout belt to put your food and stuff on. And then at the end, there's an opening cut in the plastic for the credit card and debit card and whatnot. And then if you pay cash, the checker has a box or basket that they slide towards you. You throw your cash in there. She or he takes it and does what they need to do with it and throws your change in there if you have change and slides it back to you.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So a lot of people have taken great measures to keep themselves from getting COVID-19, and that one is one of the top. You see the funny pictures of people like covering their face with like trash bags and, but so.
As far as, there's number 2, as far as, you see the grocery stores with the plastic or what's it called, plexiglass up.
Yeah. Banks doing that too.
Yeah, a lot of places are doing that now. Some went real drastic. Some just enough to put a barrier between where you would be talking to the checker. And some sanitize. I even heard of some stores. Emily went to one store.
My wife.
I don't have anything to do with it, but she went there and they actually took her temperature before she was allowed in the store.
Wow, she never told me that.
So
my own wife didn't even tell me. So yeah, but I wanted to talk about this again. So it said there are currently no limitations on social gatherings as long as necessary precautions are taken and social distancing can be maintained between individuals and families. So it sounds to me like they're going to open up everything, and so everything's going to be opened up, and you just only have to practice social distancing, so stay 6 feet apart.
So
how's that going to work?
No going to the movie theater and sitting in the love seat.
Well, here's the problem with that. Like, okay, what about people touching the surfaces? So yeah, you may not be sitting next to somebody, but someone that wiped themselves, like their nose and sneezed and coughed.
Well, that's where the precautionary things would come into place. They'd have to sanitize it before they started the next movie. Or let anybody in there.
Well, I know the movie industry got hit hard.
And probably, so we down here, we have this beautiful theater. It's locally owned. Their headquarters is down here. But they've got, I don't know how many theaters they own across the states, but they put in this one theater that has a playground equipment in it for the kids to play before the movie starts. So I doubt they'll open that one back up.
I guess we can give a shout out to them, B&B Theaters.
Yes.
Great. Very good. They are, well, the two big movie theaters here are B&B and AMC.
Yeah,
AMC is
also
headquartered here.
Yeah, AMC is also headquartered here in Leawood, Kansas. And B&B is headquartered in Liberty, Missouri.
Yeah. And that's a excellent movie theater. They got good prices and everything. So, but yeah, so that's the plan to reopen the state of Missouri. It'll be interesting to see how it all happens, but I do think it's a very good move on the governor and any governor of any state that slowly opens the country back up. The social distancing, even when we're in this like intense quarantine where we're supposed to stay in lockdown, people are just not doing it. I mean, you go to parks and people are still close to one another. And so I don't know. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see how the fall is, because they're predicting that it could be, what is it, phase 2 or round 2 could be way worse. Like Spanish flu, round 2 was killed millions of people. So, um, so yeah, so that's our little segment on the state of Missouri and what they're doing to open back up. I do have a really good friend of mine. I ain't going to mention who their name is because they actually are a part of the government in Missouri, and I've known him for a long time. And I talked to him about being on the show, and he mentioned that he'd be interested. And so I told him, let me get used to doing the show and get a little better at it, and then I'll have you on. And so I think here soon I'm going to talk to him and see if I can have him call in, and we can have a government official from the state of Missouri.
Wow.
That would be our biggest guest we've had so far,
Wow. I
Then-
thought I was.
other than Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, we're hiding him out.